came in and they closed off the bottom, and the management called all the staff together and said, don't talk to them, don't ask for autographs or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just possible, but if it's something that like doesn't concern me, it's out of my brain.
I went to somebody and I apologized. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess they took offense, yada yada. And said, what did you do? And I was like, well, I know you said not to talk to them. And you go, you did? No, stop. What did you, are you kidding me? And I said, no. And what did you say? I said, well, I ran some of the food and I went over and I put down the plate in front of Tim Robbins. And I said, Mr. Robbins, I'm a big fan of your work. I love that movie where you were stranded on that island with the volleyball. You did great in that.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both Mikes.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Both Mikes.
Hey guys, Both Mikes is a show about nothing and everything. That is Mike Sofka.
And that is Mike Taylor. And together we are Both Mikes.
Yes, we are. Welcome to show number 164 of Both Mikes, heard everywhere podcasts can be heard. We are on everything you could possibly think of. What's our new one? Rumble?
Oh, are you talking about drugs or are you talking about, you said we're on almost everything. I didn't know what you were talking about.
You're on. When you're on, if you're
no,
on all the time, you're probably
on.
on something. That's true.
Yes, we are on Rumble. Rumble's pretty strong for us right now, too. So Make sure if you haven't signed up for Rumble, we have a referral link, and it's I think it's a quasi-pyramid scheme getting people in there. So maybe I'll get like a penny if you sign up or something. So it's free. Wonderful. It's free. If it's like YouTube without free, it's for me.
Oh, it's a video streaming?
Pretty much.
Dealio?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Yeah, and we're also on YouTube, which is the popular one. So if you subscribe, hit the little describe thing, subscribe. There we go. Subscribe and hit the notification button. So this way, when our lovely faces show up on the interwebs, you will get a notification. Go to our website, bothmikes.com/merchandise, I guess. Check out our merch page. That would be cool. So what's happening, Mr. Sofka? How's things?
Good. I'm anxious. I'm working. We're working on our science experiment.
Okay.
Still hasn't gone over. It's still not. And if you're watching this, you're wondering what the hell we're talking about. Go back and watch a previous episode or two. Basically, this is an iceberg. 10% of the iceberg above the water. The water represents the water on the planet. Mike contends that when the icebergs all melt, that the planet is going to be overflowed. Some of these islands are going to be... Well, yeah, you said that's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, I said the water in the cup is going to rise. I didn't say the planet's going to be covered in water because of 10% of the ocean. Yeah.
Oh, I beg to differ. We need to rewind the tape.
I never said that the planet was going to be covered in water.
Do you want to change your side of the science experiment now?
No. I still contend that the cup will eventually overflow with water because of the displacement from the water that's above the surface. But I never said that like the planet was going to be covered in water.
That's why we're doing this thing.
Well, no.
Yeah.
We're talking about a glass of water, and we're talking that water will rise, but the amount of water that's above the surface of the planet in comparison to the volume of water around 2/3 of the planet is going to make a minimal difference. If every iceberg melted 100%, it would be a marginal at best.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Based on what you're telling me, if I'm in a pool and I'm floating in the deep end in the pool and I put my head under the water, no matter how minute that change is, what you're saying is the water's going to go up because I put my head underwater, even though my feet aren't touching the bottom of the water.
Right. Yeah. Even if it's
not true.
Even if it's
The weight
a millimeter.
The weight is already displaced because your head is attached to your body. If it fell out of the sky and then fell on your body, I would buy that. That's a possibility because that might be more weight. But your weight is already being displaced because your head is. That's like saying if I'm on an airplane doing 600 miles an hour, if I jump up in the air, I'll go to the back of the plane. That doesn't happen because of science. I'm moving the same speed as the plane.
Right. Which has nothing to do with the water.
I know. I'm just trying to confuse the situation with scientific knowledge.
Scientific banter.
There's your science portion of the show today.
Ooh. Show just started.
Let's pick up the science portion of the show today, right back up, because there's a robot that is not going to be allowed to practice law anymore.
Okay.
I had no idea this was a thing.
I hate that when my robot doesn't practice law.
According to extremetech.com, so it must be true. Robot lawyer barred.
Go there for all my news.
Yes. Robot lawyer barred from fighting traffic ticket in court.
Was it fighting a traffic light camera?
Here's what it says here. We may have robot fry cooks, robot bartenders, and even robot shoe shiners, but robot lawyers are apparently where we draw the line. Human lawyers have prevented an artificial intelligence robot from appearing in court where it was scheduled to fight a defendant's speeding ticket.
Okay.
The robot lawyer is the latest creation from the company that's called Do Not Pay. All one word, Do Not Pay. A New York startup known for its AI chatbot of the same name. Last year, our colleagues at PC Mag reported that Do Not Play had successfully negotiated down people's Comcast bills and canceled their forgotten free trials.
Nice.
Since then, the chatbot has expanded to help users block spam texts, file corporate complaints, renew their Florida driver's licenses, and otherwise take care of tasks that would be annoying and burdensome without Do Not Pay's help.
Okay.
Would you hire a robot lawyer, Mike?
No. But would you hire one without even knowing? You would. I know in San Antonio, I don't know if it's the same thing here, but there's lawyers out there that you never see. You get a traffic ticket, say for $537. It's for driving in a school zone, speeding while on a phone. I know someone who got this ticket. The ticket's $537. You get a hold of this lawyer, and all of a sudden your ticket mysteriously disappears.
Crazy, huh?
And,
how much do you have to pay the lawyer?
$537.
Isn't that crazy? I had the same experience here in Florida with a red light camera several times. I've got the guy on speed dial.
Yeah. So is it a person or is it a bot? You do it all online. Do you speak to somebody? Does Nancy pick up the phone and take your information? No, you send a check and it mysteriously disappears. For the same price of the ticket, they'll take care of it.
Pretty soon, the cop's going to come up to you, and instead of a ticket book, he's going to swipe your card.
Wait, they do that now?
Oh, with your license?
Yeah, your license. They swipe that now. But yeah, I could see that. I ever tell you about our us getting pulled over in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico?
No.
I
don't think so. I don't know.
We rented a car in Cabo San Lucas. No big deal. And we're driving along up through the mountains in the northwestern part of Cabo. And it's a road with 2 lanes. White solid line down the middle of the road. Not a yellow, a white stripe down the middle of the road. So we go up and over this hill, and I'm like, I don't want to go here. We're leaving town. I want to turn around and go back. Pull into a driveway, do a U-turn, come back on the right side of the road, come over this hill, and there's a cop and there's another car. Both lanes coming in my direction. I guess a white line down the middle of the road doesn't constitute same-way traffic. A white straight line down the middle of the road indicates two-way traffic in Mexico. So I'm like, all right, I guess it's a one-way road, and no one told me. Yeah, it wasn't marked with a yellow line down the middle of the road, so I assumed white line, same-way traffic, or two-way traffic. So yeah, I don't know. But I turned around, and I went, of course, the cop pulled me over, and cops, no hablo inglés for the police officer. thank God Brenda was there because she speaks some Spanish. And the cop wanted cash, not to give me a ticket. He wanted to take my driver's license, bring it down to this police station, and I come down to the police station to get my license back as long as I paid their bill. But if I threw him $20, he would make it all disappear. And Brenda pulled the "I'm pregnant" card, and he actually let us go without any warning or any ticket or anything, and no cash to him. So yeah, crooked cops, Cabo San Lucas, and he wanted to take cash right there, like swiping a card.
Pretty soon what's going to happen is when you're pulled over, they're just going to deduct those monies from your bank account, because they can do that. They're just going to take your money. You won't have any say in it. They'll just take it.
That's hard to believe.
It's also hard to believe that the entire world economy would shut down over a virus, Mike. We've been through this, right?
But did it?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Yes. In Hawaii, they saw a mysterious flying spiral in the sky. Did you see this?
Was it like a cinnamon bun?
Kind of looked like that, yes. It was blue.
Okay.
A Japanese telescope camera had captured a bizarre blue flying spiral in Hawaii. It's on YouTube. You can see it all over.
Okay. What was it? And what did it have to do with Elon Musk, I'm sure?
That's right where I was going. You know what it was? In Hawaii. That's what it was. This is according to ndtv.com.
Okay.
National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, NAOJ. Turns out the stunning spiral was comprised of frozen rocket fuel that was ejected during a SpaceX launch. They do that.
Ejected?
Yeah, they do that.
Where was this launch?
Florida.
Okay.
Crazy,
so Japan, which is twice as far away as Hawaii from Florida, was observing Hawaii again. Let's not let that happen. And they saw space fuel frozen. Was it blue, like what comes out of an airplane?
It was blue. It was blue. It's funny you say that. It was definitely blue. So what you're saying is the astronauts were dumping out the urinal on the
the
SpaceX
International Space Station. Nice.
They say the spiral seems to be related to the SpaceX company's launch of a new satellite. As per space.com, the SpaceX launch in question was a Falcon 9 rocket that had lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Station in Florida on January 18th. This all happened on the same day.
Oh, okay. Really? Wow. Interesting. I actually saw that launch take off.
I've seen people put up the picture where it looks like a cone, like a light cone at the end. Have you seen that one? I guess it depends on
a light cone?
What angle you're looking at it. Like that was the fuel, like a spiral freezing. Okay. But then if you look at it when it breaks through certain barriers or speeds or what have you, it makes it look like there's a cone around the whole object, making it look like a triangle almost in the sky. But if you see it
when it's launching?
Yeah, when it's up there, when it's way up there, not when it's immediately first launched.
Oh, okay.
When it's up there. It's out there on video somewhere. You should check it out. But that would blow my mind to see that spiral in the sky.
How big could it have been if you could see it from the freaking ground? Or maybe they couldn't, and you can only see it in the telescope.
This spiral in the sky, where it looked like it was right in front of Uranus.
Nice.
No, it wasn't. I just added.
Where are you going with that one?
Additional comedy there. No charge for that.
Yeah, I hate it when when Uranus spirals out of control.
Speaking of Uranus spiraling out of control, in London's West End, a man was crushed by a telescopic urinal.
A telescopic urinal.
I had no idea that was a thing, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah. What's wrong with a regular urinal? We need one to telescope.
Well, here's why there's a telescoping urinal. It's in the city, and what happens is there's homeless people who piss in the streets or whatever. So at night, these porta potties pop up from the ground.
Okay.
In the daytime, being their eyesore, they go back down. But in the middle of the night, you can't be cited for pissing in the street anymore. You can be cited now, I guess, because they're like, look, there's a urinal. We're providing a place for you to piss.
It's a periscope urinal.
Yeah. This is according to BBC.com. A man died after he was crushed and trapped underneath a telescopic public urinal while working on the device in central London.
Yeah, that I could see the problem there. Shouldn't there be like safety measures in place? Great Britain doesn't have an OSHA?
I guess it's like working on an elevator, and if you're underneath it in that little area there.
I got a friend who just retired from being an elevator repairman. Must be a pretty good gig, huh?
This guy was trapped underneath it for 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Wow.
Fire crews used a winch to release him. Despite the efforts of emergency services, he was pronounced dead.
Wow.
Couldn't give his name, citing Mexican hadn't been contacted yet.
There was an elevator incident on a Carnival cruise ship once. I don't know exactly what happened, but
Were you involved?
No, okay. I was not. I'm not allowed on Carnival. Yeah. But I've seen pictures of the elevator door, and it's like a glass elevator door where you can see through it, and you can see and it looks like a horror movie where there's just blood just dripping down this door. Yeah, dude. I'll see if I can find it. I'll post it on both Mike's Facebook page. It was some Filipino guy repairing an elevator, and I guess something turned on that shouldn't have turned on, and he was crushed by the elevator.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can find it, dude. Carnival. So, does it say anything else about these urinals? Was it? I guess it closed up on him while he was trying to repair it.
I guess they're very sketchy on that. They just say what the principal thing is. I guess they don't want to get it's the media. They don't want to get certain people in trouble that are paying their bills, probably.
Right.
I'm looking at this thing though. It looks like a regular porta potty type thing. It's like a tube. It's crazy.
Here it is. Electrician crushed by elevator on cruise ship. Look for it on the Both Mike's Facebook page.
There you go.
Wow. Of course, there's got to be an ad on your page. Both Mike's. Here it is.
So it got me thinking, Mike.
Uh-oh. That's trouble.
I know. I want to know, what are the worst places you could think of? What are the worst ways to think of to die? Because that would be pretty bad, getting crushed to death like that, because you're alive, and then you could physically feel it crushing you. That'd be like jumping off a building or something, maybe. That might be a little more instantaneous, no?
Yeah, I think that would be more instantaneous, but like being deserted in a desert, being deserted out at sea.
Now, my first question would be: was the guy shorter when they pulled him out? Was the guy like 6 foot? Yeah. Now he's 5 foot.
He was probably more like 3 foot. Yeah.
Does he have like an accordion body now, like in the cartoons?
Yeah, it would definitely ruin your day. That's for sure.
So, what are some other ways that you think might be worse than getting crushed to death?
How about being burned?
That would be bad, being burned.
Because that would hurt like hell. Yeah. Anything like that, falling out of the sky, dude. Parachute that goes wrong.
Oh, because you're up there and it's going to happen. It's impending.
Yeah. And what can you do? You make yourself flat to have more wind resistance. So you slow down from 150 miles an hour to 120 miles an hour when you splat on the ground. Yeah. And all those things when you were a kid, I always thought I'd run into more quicksand as a child when I grew up. Like I said,
I always thought I'd take a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, you could die slowly there too. That's for sure. Being deserted in a desert, just walking aimlessly in the desert, being stranded at sea, all these things you see as a kid that you think happen all the time, but don't. Yeah, that would suck. But
being stranded at sea, that would be adventurous, I would think.
Not if you.
I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Not if you have
slow, agonizing the way to go, I guess.
Yeah, no water, water everywhere, but none to drink. No food.
How about sliding down a slide of razor blades into a pool of alcohol?
Yeah. Well, you might not die from that. It would just be very painful. And where do you get a pool of alcohol?
I don't know. I haven't drank in about a year, so they'd probably have a pool of my alcohol I didn't drink sitting somewhere.
What if you fell into like a distillery and it's just alcohol everywhere and there's no air to breathe?
Yeah, if you fell into one of those big vats, like with the beer or whatever.
Exactly.
Do you drink your way out?
Boil? Is it boiling hot? Yeah, that would suck. That would ruin my day for sure.
I watched this new show on, I don't know, it's new to me. New show on Netflix. Are you watching any Netflix or anything right now?
We don't have Netflix.
Yeah, I need to cancel it.
You got a password you want to share?
No, but we do the thing. Like, and I have in the next show, it's funny you say that, in 164, we're going to talk about that password sharing in Netflix. They're on to everybody.
Yeah, but, yeah. That's why I was saying it, because it's a big news thing nowadays.
Yeah. But here's my thing. There's a show called SuperBros.
Okay.
And when I first saw it, I was like, what? But they got me hooked on the trailer for the thing. It looked like a stupid comedy show that was about 20 minutes long, and they have several seasons and they had several episodes. So I watched the trailer and I was like, that's perfect. It's stupid comedy. It's a show about nothing and everything, like our show, kind of. But these are two guys that play 4 different characters on the show. So it's almost like you're watching Seinfeld mixed with Monty Python, because the men play a woman. One of the guys with a beard plays a woman's part, which is hilarious.
Okay.
And then it's also got that freestyle, like Larry David type, this is the theme and act. You know what I mean?
Right.
It may not be all scripted, but some of it's scripted. I like it. Apparently it's from 2017. They had 2 seasons. It's an Australian teen and his best friend get up to no good in a comedy based on Theodore and Nathan Saden's beloved YouTube sketch series. So apparently these guys are brothers. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah. I'm looking through the old YouTube right now. Looks like there's a couple things to check out. I'll check it out. Believe it or not, what I've been watching, and I got not hooked on it. I saw a couple episodes of Below Deck on the airplane coming back or going to Hawaii. And I got the Hulu, went on there, started recording stuff, and I just finished up. I started at season 5. So I just watched season 5 of Below Deck. And it's the usual not scripted type of reality show. That's kind of cool. Really nice yacht. It's like a 63 or 163 foot yacht that they're on, and there's 8 crew members, and they're doing different things, and all these rich people come on board. And some are complete assholes, and some are pretty cool people. Mostly restaurant and real estate people rent out this yacht for a couple days, and they tool around St. Martin and the other islands in the British Isles. So it's kind of cool, kind of senseless, but that's what I finished watching season 5 last night. So if you want to see something decent and mind numbing, Below Deck, pretty decent.
Then I'm going to watch something on Paramount, which I have through Prime. Paramount has a thing called Shotgun Wedding.
Okay. Shotgun Wedding. Is that the movie with with Eddie Murphy?
No, it's a movie, but it doesn't have Eddie Murphy in it. It has let me see here.
I think that's Netflix, the Jonah Hill Eddie Murphy movie. Like Jonah Hill, it's a Jewish kid who's going to marry Eddie Murphy's daughter, and I think it's a movie.
Oh, I don't. Netflix. Not
yeah, I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." And then I saw that it was Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, screw it."
Let me see here. Jennifer Lopez is in this.
Okay.
And some dude that looks familiar, Josh Duhamel. If you saw him, you'd go, "Oh yeah, that guy." Like you may not know this guy's
Josh
name.
Duhamel. Yeah, I waited on him at the RFC.
Did you really?
He'd be on all. Yeah, he was on All My Children, and he was in town for the soap opera weekend, and he was at my table in the afternoon when the lower dining room was closed. Him and his party were down there, and I had to run back and forth. I think I was in shift lead too.
That was pretty normal practice. Like people would come like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and they would sit down there, and that part would be closed off. Like that time when
he was. What's that?
When the guy, God, we've talked about this before. Susan Sarandon and her husband.
Okay.
The guy that was in. Who's in that movie about the thing? The guy with the thing.
Yeah, with the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon's husband. Let me start with her.
Yeah.
Pull her up.
But he was in most of the Transformers movies too. He was like the head army guy in the Transformers, Josh Duhamel. And I can't think of what else he was in off the top of my head. But yeah, All My Children is basically where he got his
maybe it's
original
not
notoriety.
And I thought he was married to her.
Who?
The guy I'm thinking of. Trying to think of his name.
Dave.
He was in the movie The Serpent and the Rainbow.
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
There's like 80s, 90s
is that a porn
for you. It's a Wes Craven movie.
Interesting.
No, maybe it wasn't The Serpent and the Rainbow. God dang. Why don't I know this? It's coming. It's in my head, dude. It's not him. He wasn't in that movie. That was Bill Pullman. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? He was in that car movie about the Hux. What's the car? The Hudson automobile guy.
Susan Sarandon's husband.
I don't think he's married to her. Tucker, the man in his dream. No, that wasn't it.
Chris Sarandon.
That's one. Yeah, I looked that up. It's not him. They have a place in Orlando. They had kids in Orlando.
Tim Robbins.
Yes.
For some reason he's in the Google search for Susan Sarandon, so there's a connection there somewhere.
Okay. Well, it was Tim Robbins. Remember, he came in with her. The kids were in soccer uniforms.
Yeah. No, that I don't remember, but
you weren't there.
Probably not. Not that day.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say, "Mr. Robbins, here's your jungle buns."
With
here's
the
your
non-English
Caesar salad
people.
Here's your Caesar salad, sir. Here's your awesome appetizer adventure.
No, yes, we used to have fun with that. Real quick before you go, because we do have to cut out of here. We used to Ron and I used to do that a lot. Like if we had people that couldn't speak English and we spoke Japanese or whatever,
yes,
book,
yes,
you put a plate down, say elephant nuts, whatever.
Can with cream.
Crazy. All right. Well, this was again, we're trying to live up to the world's worst fucking podcast, like they say on the intro. So I hope we met that expectation for you folks. All right. We'll see you 165. And by the way, update.
What?
Still no overflow. Just saying.
Interesting.
I'm just saying. All right. We'll see you at 165. See you on the other side.
Ciao.